Back on Sold Out Sports Talk on AFR Talk. Roman Gabriel III, your host. Indianapolis, Super Bowl 46, Media Row. It's crazy. We are thankful. We are thankful to have you here, and we are appreciative of this man who's coming in. He's a guy that I really enjoy and appreciate because during my football career, I played for him in the Senior Bowl back in 1982, and it was one of those great experiences that you never forget. And he played, of course, Buffalo Bills head coach, 4 Super Bowl appearances, but more importantly, just a guy who, when we talk about on this program, faith and family, when we talk about a guy of character, no better than this one, Marv Levy. Coach, how are you?
Roman, just a pleasure to be with you. It's been a long time ago since that Senior Bowl game, but I do remember it, and it was a lot of fun. Great to talk with you again.
You know what, Coach? Every time I watch the Senior Bowl and I look at that stadium, that really hasn't changed except it's not grass anymore. I think about that game and about that week, and I don't know if you remember or not, but there wasn't one good day of practice. It was about 30 degrees and sleet and rain every day, so we never really got a good practice in until Friday. But it was a great experience for me, and I still see a lot of guys from that team.
Yes. Oh, good. That's great. Good deal.
Well, Coach, talk about, for me, just all the Super Bowls that you've been to, and the growth of this game has just been absolutely incredible when you think about what this has become. I mean, when you were in this game, it was huge, but it's almost gotten to the point where it's an incredible entertainment piece that just gets bigger and bigger.
Well, it does, I'll tell you, and I've come back to several even since we played in them 10 or 12 years ago, and the hoopla around the game keeps growing and growing. All of the build-up to it grows. But, you know, if you're a participant in the game, which we were with the Buffalo Bills, you're a bit isolated from it. Not completely, not by a long shot. It can be distracting. But the people walking the streets and the people in Media Row, it's a different experience by a lot from what the players are experiencing.
Coach Marv Levy, I call him Coach because he was my coach at the 82 Senior Bowl. He's here with us, Buffalo Bills world champion in my mind because, you know, Coach, when I think about the accomplishment of those Buffalo Bills teams going to 4 Super Bowls in a row, I know that obviously you would have liked to have won them all or even won 1 or 2 of those things, but when you think about what that team accomplishment and the character of that club, it's a very memorable group of guys, isn't it?
Well, it certainly was, and all good football fans know that we went to those 4 consecutive Super Bowls from the 1990, 91, 92, 93 seasons. Didn't win any of them, but I might point this out. Sure, we would love to be able to say now that we walked off the field with a victory. We can't change what did occur, but those players were of such high character that after the devastation of each of those losses, they didn't lie down and quit. They didn't give up. They went back to the very hard work it takes to get there again in order to seek what proved to be the impossible dream. So I remember them fondly. In fact, I have visited with several of them here this week with Jim Kelly and James Lofton and Steve Tasker. Great guys on the team, to mention just a few.
Coach, when I think about where the game's gone to today, the pass-happy league that we're in, and offenses and quarterbacks throwing for 4,000 and 5,000 yards, and records being broken this year like Drew Brees breaking Marino's record, I think about the Buffalo Bills as a team that really set the tone, even though the rules were a little bit different. Your club plays a lot like this offenses today play.
Well, Roman, you're right. We began the very fast-paced, no-huddled type of offense, 2-minute drill style of offense. We had a very balanced attack, but we racked up a lot of points. People don't know that all those teams really didn't lead the league in passing. They were close, but we led it in rushing a few times. So we had a great mix. But for many years after I left the game, I was perplexed why more people didn't adopt that style. And one of the main reasons is, in order to run that style of offense, you have to cut your playbook way back to about 50% of what it was in the I think there was a reticence on the part of some coaches to do that. But now, yes, the pendulum is swung toward offense, and it'll be up to defensive coaches over the next few years to devise methods to cope, and then the pendulum may begin to swing back and temper the great yardage that's being rung up.
Marv Levy, former Buffalo Bills coach, Kansas City, of course, as well. Coach, You also have to have a great quarterback like Jim Kelly to run that offense, too, and he was special.
Well, he sure was. Jim Kelly was a unique leader, tough as a lot of people. He could have. Penn State tried to recruit him to be a linebacker. You know how those linebackers how good those linebackers at Penn State are. He was tough-minded, great leader, team-oriented guy, high character. I've had a chance to visit with him this current weekend at a few events, and boy, what a great guy, a great leader, and it sure did take a quarterback like him. And coming into this game, there's two pretty darn good quarterbacks from the Longhorns, too, and Eli Manning and Tom Brady.
You know, one thing I've always enjoyed about you, Coach, is that you're a lover of history, and you're interested in a lot more than just football. Where did that come from, and how did you get involved and become so interested in that?
Well, actually, yes, I guess so. I guess I was involved in history. Even as a young boy, I realized my father had been a Marine in World War I and fought in an iconic a Marine battle. It's called the Battle of Belleau Wood. It's still celebrated by the French government because supposedly it stopped the German army advance on Paris back in 1918. So I got enamored with history. And then growing up as a 16-year-old, I would listen. World War II broke out, and I would listen to the speeches of Winston Churchill, and I was captured. And by mid-war, I was old enough to enlist in the Army Air Corps and served. So I became a history major in college, and history and English major in college, and it's always intrigued me. That's been my subject. Everybody has a field, I guess, that intrigues them. For some it's technology, for some it's physics, math. For me, it was history.
Coach Marv Levy, former Buffalo Bills, Kansas City coach, right here on Sold Out Sports Talk. On AFR Talk, we are having the opportunity to be here in Indianapolis for Super Bowl 46, and he said it, there'll be two great teams, two offenses with two great quarterbacks. Should be an excellent football game. And Coach, before I let you go, I'd obviously like to hear your feelings about the game, and how do you feel it's going to go?
Well, I think they're two very evenly matched teams. Predicting the winner, heck, I got a 50% chance of being right, and I don't really have any strong feeling that one or the other is the winner. A key factor will be the health of Gronkowski, the Patriots tight end, who is such an integral part of their offense. So I'm going to watch the game with interest, and also, I'm here in town, and I have talked to you about it too, and you expressed interest before. I'm here also, and I'm going to several book signings to promote a novel I wrote called Between the Lies that is just out, and I got a couple of book signings tomorrow, in fact, here in Indianapolis that I'm looking forward to. But it was a work of joy, the first novel I ever wrote at the age of 85, and called Between the Lies, as I say, and it's football-based, but it's about a lot more than football.
Well, I got a feeling that with your background, the name Between the Lines, that we're going to hear a lot more in football in that book, a lot about your evolution as a man and also your experiences working with men. And one of the things that I wanted to ask you in terms of the book is, first of all, how much is it? Where can they get it? Is there a website that they need to go to? Because I know our fans here are right in line for this kind of book.
Yes, well, I'll tell you, it's available in local bookstores right now, the Barnes & Noble and so on. It's available on Amazon.com, I should say, and on many of the iPad and Kindle and Nook releases. So, and it's Between the Lies, Lies, because it's about a legendary sports writer who uncovers that his hometown team coach has orchestrated a massive cheating plot in order to win the Super Bowl game. But can he divulge it? Is his evidence really accurate? There's the agony of that decision is there, plus a lot more, the inner workings of coach, general manager, owners on teams, and there's some love stories involved, some humor, and again, for a person who loves football and who likes to read, I think it's a pretty darn good combination.
Between the Lies with our author we have with us, Marv Levy. And Marv, how much of the story, some of the stories that you did in this, were from your own experiences?
Well, I tell you, and there are no actual events, but they're from my experiences really in relating to owners and general managers, how the inner workings are, the characters in the book, Roman. are primarily composites of people I knew in the league. I mean, I don't have one guy identified as, let's say, Bill Parcells or something, but I might have a coach, not the one who's guilty, by the way, who has some of the qualities I thought I saw in Bill, let's say, but combine them with other qualities, too.
Well, she asked for prayer for Tom.
So if you're a football fan and you want a really good story and you want to get it from the perspective of somebody that's been in about every area of the league, then this is something that a football fan's really going to love.
Well, I hope they do, Roman, and I appreciate the opportunity for several things. One, to talk about the book, to talk about the Super Bowl, to visit with the people here, to visit with you, to remember that Senior Bowl game in '82, and your father with the Rams when I was a one-year assistant with the Rams back in 1970, quarterback on our team and a man who I have great regard for.
That's the beautiful thing about the National Football League is there's ties. It doesn't matter what the generations are. You have relationships, and it's just a wonderful camaraderie of people, so many different lines that connect the stories. And, Coach, you'll always be a part of my history, and I so much appreciate the opportunity that I had just in that short time with you, and appreciate Between the Lies. Please go out and get this book from Coach Levy. You're going to enjoy it, and you can get it everywhere books are available. And do that and support him because I tell you what, he's got a platitude of experience in the NFL, and if this is about that, then it should be a great book. So, Coach, I appreciate you coming in. I'm so glad to have the opportunity to have you on Sold Out Sports Talk, and you be good. I'll look forward to visiting with you soon.
Me too, Roman. Thank you very much. Great to talk with you. My best to you and all your great listeners, too.
Coach Marv Levy, former Buffalo Bills coach, Kansas City Chiefs, and his new book, Between the Lies. Get it out there. When we come back, more from Radio Row, Sold Out Sports Talk on AFR Talk from Indianapolis. Really appreciate Coach Levy coming in. He's really special to me. And I can remember playing in the Senior Bowl. I can remember playing for him, and it was a real honor. And he's such a man of integrity. If you want to follow more of our interviews, of course, you can go to AFR Talk, to our archive page at Sold Out Sports Talk, or you can get our iPhone, iPad app. Download it free at AFR Talk to hear clips, to hear this program. And, of course, if you want to follow us throughout the Super Bowl, just go to our Sold Out page, 2 words, pictures, interviews, wall-to-wall Super Bowl, including post-game tomorrow after the Giants and Patriots finish up. You can also see our video right now, YouTube, and a very special thing right now, BillyGraham.org, the homepage. You can see a bunch of video and stuff we did from earlier this week. So much to see if you're an NFL fan. See you on the other side.